So let's dive into the big question. The question that has been widely debated over the years since Jesus made his appearance here with us on earth. Is he God? Is Jesus God? To answer that question, we first have to question the question in itself. What is God? Is there something separate from God? Is not God creation in itself? How can anything be said to be removed from God? So many of you see God as a persona in reality. You thus see reality as something God exists in. Yeah? Yes? Yeah? Well, no! At the same time, you see God as the creator of everything. But in Christianity, you say that God has kind of lost control over his creation, because the life that he created in it is flawed and unable to obey him properly. When he tried to create the perfect angel, that backfired seriously, creating the evil one. So a picture of God that I hear you painting up is an impulsive God, a creative God, but a God that is constantly seeking to perfect his own creation. That would then mean that God doesn't have 100% deterministic control over reality. But that's not at all how I know God. I know God as someone fully in control of it all. The God I know has always wanted all that is happening and has ever happened. You see, it's how creation works. In order to create and keep reality stable, you must have opposing forces. In reality, you must have strong forces fighting for that reality, and thus other forces trying to break it down. That conflict, that interaction is what constantly keeps reality together, stable. And because we remain in this equilibrium that God has created, we do not all simply travel into blissful eternity. Neither do we travel into complete chaos and destruction. We stay in balance, in conflict. Conflict is balance. The interaction between good and evil balances it out. So, with that explanation, let's now ask the question again. Is Jesus God? Well, yes, of course he's God. God is everything. God is everyone. If God chooses to identify himself specifically in the form of a certain human that he calls the Messiah, that's a ultra special version of God. Jesus, that is. But the question is, if God ever truly and fully can step into and limit himself to the existence of a human. And the answer is obviously no. Thus, Jesus says that the Father is greater than I. Obviously.